Hello and welcome back to the channel, and I'll be honest, I never thought I'd be reviewing a Bruce Forsyth themed beer. Yeah, this is called Juice Forsyth after the, how do you refer to him? A man who was just, was he 80 years in show business in the UK? Mr. Sir Bruce Forsyth, I think he was by the end. Yeah, this is from Brew York. It's called Juice Forsyth, and it is a juicy bonus fruited IPA at 5%. Pretty interesting artwork on the can. It's got the, I'm going to have to show you all angles of this can. So firstly, there's a silhouette of the man himself, and then on the other side some playing cards and some hints at fruit and that sort of thing that is in the beer. Yeah. Try not to look at the back of this because Brew York put quite a lot of info on the beers about kind of what's in them and what it tastes like, so try to ignore that. Let's crack straight into it. Not too lively, this one. Very fruity on the nose, just at a distance. Just before we get into that, actually, it's there's no head on that at all. It looks more like what I'd expect from a sour. It's really not very carbonated. Nice orangey colour, not a lot of carbonation. I can see a few bits at the bottom of the glass. No head to speak of whatsoever. It's got a bit of an earthy note, this. Trying to put that aside, it's got orange, lemon, a bit of peach, but there's an earthy note here that's like, it's almost like the stone of the peach has been put in this. I'm not sure, I'm fairly certain that's not the case, but it's got kind of a stone fruit earthy note to it that I can't really reflect on having seen in many others, so be interested to see what it says on the can about that. Yeah, I feel like I'm misidentifying that, but there's another note in there that's definitely just well grounded, let's say. Right, let's get into it. Cheers. Super sweet, super fruity, very peach heavy for me anyway. Ooh, the malt's coming through on the back end. Not had a fruity IPA recently that really kind of delivers on the malt base, which this absolutely does. Bit of grapefruit in there. Oh, that is really good. That is really good. This is from Morrison's in the UK. It's a supermarket buy, which is always a good thing for, ease of acquisition. Doesn't always yield the best beer, but this one's pretty good, especially given it's best part of 30 degrees outside. Right, top to bottom taste test. Initially, front of the tongue, there's just a bit of sparkling carbonation. There's not a lot coming up in the glass, but actually there's quite a bit in the mouthfeel. It's quite thin on the mouthfeel otherwise, but not overly, though it's not off-puttingly so. It's just not a thick, fruity IPA. Is it even an IPA? It is an IPA. It's an IPA at 5%, so make what you will of that. So the second phase, you get, weirdly, on the actual base of the tongue, you get a tiny bit of dryness, no real bitterness, but you also start to initiate that kind of big fruit lick, which is just a preempt for the next part, which just absolutely explodes. There's lemon in there, probably a bit of lime as well, orange, and then for me, on the taste, I'm actually now not so certain whether it's very, very sweet orange or a bit of peach in there as well, but I'm still leaning towards that kind of peach vibe, maybe nectarine, that kind of thing. And that just goes through until you think it's about to finish, and then there we go. There's just a bit of nice biscuity malt to kind of round out that aftertaste, which is interesting because that kind of complex, it's almost a bit cheesecakey in that way. I don't believe this is a lactose beer. It's not thick enough. It doesn't have that milky dairy taste about it, but just the fruit and the biscuit kind of gives you that kind of impression. So yeah, solid brew. Right, let's take a look at the can. Brew York, Juice Forsyth, juicy bonus fruited IPA, 5%. Says good game, Do you want to go higher? Higher? Then enjoy this juicy bonus fruited IPA that combines Cascade, Citra, interesting, CTZ and Mosaic hops with muchos, pineapple, passion fruit and mango for a tropical explosion as bold as juicy as the legendary entertainer that salutes. Nice to see you, I know you said it. So interesting, I did a beer review just before this, which you'd probably be able to tell because I'm wearing the same t-shirt, which was of a just a straight up IPA that I said had a lot of kind of mango and passion fruit flavours. I don't know whether that's upset my taste profile a bit because that tasted so much more of it, I thought, than this. This is leading me to kind of a more low-key sweetener with the peach, but you know, maybe it'd be different if I had done it differently. Hops, as it's already said, Cascade, Citra, CTZ and Mosaic. Citra's the second hop listed, so I assume it's the second most prominent. I'm not getting huge amounts of that note through, if I'm honest, but time will tell. Malts are pale, malted oats, flaked oats, wheat malt and acidulated malt, which kind of explains the fact that it's pretty hazy. They've got a nice little chart on the back of here, look. Gives you an idea of where it's at. So it's not particularly hoppy, it's fairly fruity, it's fairly sweet. Mouth feels a bit kind of low down, bitterness is low down, and the malt is low down. I would argue the malt's a bit higher actually than that, but otherwise, yeah, absolutely on the rest of them. The cuddly toy rating, which was below that, I don't know if you saw, is not something I've seen before on their cans, but I've not had that many Brew Yorks, to be honest. And it's 4 out of 5. Pretty cute. I suppose so. I'm not sure how we rate beers now. It's pretty easy drinking, if that's what you mean. Ingredients are water, malted barley, wheat. There is lactose in it. Shows what I know. Hops, pineapple, mango, passion fruit and yeast. So there's actually all 3 of those things actually in it. It's not just the hops, which makes me look even more of an idiot, so this beer has done quite well so far. It's 2.2 UK units, 440ml can. And that is pretty all it says. The cuddly toy rating is a Bruce Forsyth reference. I've just got it. Sorry. I'm an idiot. But yeah, why not, you know. Why not? So yeah. Every time I put that can down, I never manage to get it straight. Right. Back into it. That other bit on the nose, I think, is the Citra hop for me. That slight kind of nauseating bit. It was like the aroma is very pleasant, but there was just a bit in there that was like, not sure about, and I think that's the Citra. I've not got a headachy yet, but I think it could happen. As a point of reference for anyone who's not watched any of my videos before, of course, me and Citra don't really get on that well. Headache fuel for me. I know I say it a lot, but if anyone tunes in and I just start going off on Citra, people think it's just a thing. It's not. It's just me and Citra have a small problem. Still nice though. There is a bit of that underlying uncertainty in the taste. It's definitely more malty for me than they say it is, especially for this style of beer. If this was the malt profile in a darker beer, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, I can see why you kind of only gave it kind of 2 out of 5 or whatever it was. But in this style, no, I think this is malty for this style. I think it's probably an unfair representation. As for those flavours, those fruit flavours, I still think it's more peachy. When you start to do that kind of mango passion fruit thing, I always go, and I've said it a few times before, the classic kids drink umbongo here in the UK. This doesn't necessarily taste like that. This is more like a boozy peach cocktail of a drink for me, but the hops are present, the malt's present, so it keeps it firmly kind of in beer territory. And to be honest, I like it. I don't know that I'd buy it again. It's nice. I think if I had it on tap, I'd probably have another one. I'm not sure I'm kind of that bothered about having a load of it at home, if that gives you kind of any indication. But it's a solid beer. It's a solid beer. I don't really have a great deal more to say about it. It's worth a buy, I think. I think it's worth a buy. I know I've just said I won't buy it again. I've kind of changed my mind on that. I think I might. If the weather was properly hot and I wanted some fruity beers, I'd probably buy it as one amongst a few others. I definitely don't really want like a case of 6 of them or anything like that. But yeah, it's decent. I like this. I like this. Brew York, always kind of good quality stuff, and this is no exception. Pineapple, mango, passion fruit. For me personally, no, it's kind of lemon, lime, a little bit, and then quite a lot of peach. But that's actually the ingredient, so I'm clearly wrong. That's what it tastes like. So this one's made me look an idiot, but yeah, that's what I have to say about it. So as always, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it if you haven't already, subscribed if you would be so kind, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.